I'm sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Honestly, I was playing around with the camera because everything I did made myself look really huge. I was looking at old videos of myself. Sorry. Anyway, and I was a lot smaller, but whatever. So, okay. I wish I could start these again. Everyone, hello. If you're jumping on here, please say hi. Let me know who you are and where you're from. I love talking to people. It just makes these a lot more fun. So, today we are talking about healing MS by uncovering the truth. And this topic is really important to me because I feel like it took me a really long time to uncover the truth. I didn't know I was being lied to, and I just kept listening to what the doctors were telling me. And it prolonged everything because I listened to all what I found out later were lies. Now, were they lying to me directly? No, I don't think so. Daniela, how are you doing? It's so nice to see everybody. I don't think the neurologists were actually lying. I think they were telling us what they were told in medical school. So that's why I wanted to go over these things to help you guys decipher what's the truth and what's real. Because honestly, everything. Oh, Chrissy Paul, I think I did. I had your name up here on my wall right here. The herbalist. You're in herbalist school. I'm going to reach out to you again because I am so excited to have you as a guest on here. Hello, I can join today. Oh, so happy you can join today. Yes, Rhonda, so am I. And so, Chrissy, I'm going to be reaching out to you. Keisha, good evening to you. And Marcus, thanks for watching. Glad you guys are all on here. Because I want to give you the truths that I have learned so that you can decipher for yourselves what's good for you. Everything that I teach you, everything that I teach my clients is stuff that I have tested out on myself that I know to be true. You are getting 13 years of, Stephanie, how are you doing? 13 years of experience in this group of what worked and what didn't work. So the Wednesday Live at 5 is my opportunity to interact with you guys and give you a good tidbit of information that you can use right away to start healing. And then what I do is every couple of months, I do a workshop, and the next one I'm doing is next week. It's every day for an hour. I'll go live inside the group. Make sure you register so that you can, I give away prizes. I try to make it as fun as possible. This way you're not just staring at a screen. I'm going to be giving away prizes. I'm going to be giving away scholarships to the Path to Healing program. So I go live every day for an hour. It usually ends up being more than an hour. And I think I'm going to do something a little different this time than I did last time. I want to open up like I did a bonus Q&A last time on that following Saturday on the 6th day. I think I want to do like a coaching session where I'll get on a Zoom and anyone who just wants to jump on, ask me questions. Maybe they need some coaching. Maybe they need like a little tweaking or just to say hi and be like, hey, it's nice to meet you. I'd love to talk to you face to face. So I think I'm going to do that. It sounds really nice. So today we are talking about uncovering truths. And I wanted to give to you guys these couple of things that really I feel like made all the difference in the world once I realized, okay, that's not true. And so I'm just going to get started. Wait, let me just say hi. Suzanne, hello. I'm happy to have you here too. Brian, hey, thanks for jumping on again. May, love that you're here. Thank you. All right. So the number one thing that I was told that really kind of set me back or kept me back was your immune system is attacking itself. I'm sorry, Janine, there's nothing that we can do. This is called an autoimmune disease, and that means that your body is attacking itself. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing that we can do. That wasn't true. What I found out later is that the body can't attack itself. It's not designed to do that. There's no mechanism inside your body where if you do the wrong thing, if you eat the wrong thing, if you take the wrong thing, your body will just start attacking you for it and then you'll deteriorate. That's not true. Your body is always in a homeostasis process. Your body is always healing itself. I mean, the proof is when you cut yourself, right? You're always going to heal. You're never not going to heal. It's the same thing inside your body. Your body is always protecting you from pathogens. So when it appears as if the body is attacking itself, a better question would be, what can't we see that the body is attacking? Because we should know by now that the body never attacks itself. So the body is attacking something. And what I have discovered through the medical medium is that it's a virus. That's why that is always day one of the workshop, because I want to teach you the root cause first of why your body appears to be attacking itself. It's not. It's attacking a virus. Once you kill the virus, you stop your symptoms, you start to recover. Now, I don't want to say cure. I never want to say cure because I don't know if I'm cured. I don't have any symptoms and people think that I'm cured. But again, I still have to eat the way I eat. I still have to be gluten-free. And I do still think that the virus is inside of me and I could feed it and it could proliferate and it could begin to cause symptoms again. So I have found a way to eat so that I enjoy my food. I don't feel deprived. And when people come over my house, they have no idea that I'm gluten and dairy free because all the food they eat is delicious. Case in point, my husband. My husband is my second husband. He came into this household with everyone being gluten free, mostly dairy free, and he's never eaten better. And he's a caveman. He eats everything. He eats meat and cheese and eggs and dairy, and he's never eaten better than when he was in here. He doesn't even miss the things that we don't have. So anyway, my point is you can absolutely heal your body, but you need, and you don't have to feel deprived for the rest of your life, but you have to realize, you have to know what you're fighting. You have to know what you're healing. What you're healing is a virus. You're killing the virus. That is day one of the workshop next week. I'll be telling you exactly what that virus is, and then later in the week, I'll be telling you exactly how to kill it. A lot of information going on in here. I've been told before in my workshops that I give away the farm, and I do, because I want you guys to heal. Do I want you to still use me as a coach? Well, only if that's what you need. If you need further coaching or if that's what you want, of course I'm here for you, but I'm not going to withhold information from you. So next week you get a whole bunch of information, basically everything that you need. Okay, so that was the number one lie that I was told, or I should say myth or whatever, untruth that I came across, that your immune system is never attacking itself, it's attacking the virus. This one came directly from my neurologist. My neurologist, when he said, "So, Janine, how are you doing?" I'm like, "How am I doing? I'm doing terrible. That's how I'm doing. I can't get myself to the bathroom. I barely got in here without people having to hold me up and walk me in here. Let's see. I can't hold a thought. I could barely make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for my kids because it's too much. Like, I can't think of all the steps and keep them straight in my head. I'm not good. There has to be something we can do for this." He's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "This is what MS is." And I go, "There's got to be something else that I can do." He goes, "Like what?" I said, what about food? What if I change the way I ate?" He goes, "Oh, Janine, nothing you eat will ever make your disease any better or worse." He goes, "Just be happy." Happy? What am I going to be happy about? He goes, "Just be happy that nobody ever dies from MS." That was my prognosis. He says, and get used to the wheelchair. Just get used to the wheelchair. You'll be fine. No one's dying. Oh, okay, Keisha, I just learned what that means. SMH. Is that shaking my head? I hope that means that, because that's exactly, I'm like WTF over here. Like, what? No, there's gotta be something. So that was an absolute untruth. I don't want to say lie. Thank you, Keisha. That was an absolute untruth. It depends. Everything depends on what you eat. Everything about your body and your health depends on what you eat. And I later learned that. I came across this book. It was called the MS Recovery Diet Book. It was about these two women who were in wheelchairs. One was bedridden, and they had healed themselves from MS as if they've never had it before through the food that they ate. That was the first book that introduced me to a way other than what I was being told. And I thought, my goodness, if somebody could do this, then I'm sure as hell going to try to do it, because there's no way I can live like this. In the beginning of my workshop, I'll tell you my story and what actually happened that made me switch gears to this is my fate to, oh, hell no, I can't live like this. It was when my daughter fell. Now I'll tell you that story on day one. But we all have to make a decision. We all have decisions to make. And whether we can take it upon ourselves to go out there and find this information, we can listen to other people like myself and others who have healed themselves, but there's always something that you can do. Okay, so number 3, ready? The number 3 untruth that I was told. Your test confirmed MS. My test confirmed MS. Did you ever, because I never did you ever ask, what did that test confirm? What actually did it confirm? What are you looking at when you're looking at my chart, right? What are you looking at? What did that actually confirm? Because as you know, to diagnose MS, you need an MRI, you need a blood test, and you need a spinal tap, right? If you go on Mayo Clinic right now and look up MS diagnosis, it will tell you those 3 things need to come back clear. Now, the MRI I'll touch on in a second. The blood test has to come back clear, because if you have that set of symptoms, right, that sounds like MS, but there's nothing in your blood test that they can say, oh, that's the reason why you're having these symptoms. They look at that blood test and they go, oh, her blood test is fine. She has elevated antibodies, and they're making the connection between the elevated antibodies and MS. And they're thinking, oh, well, people with MS have elevated antibodies. We're going to get into number 4 in a second. Hold on. So there is nothing in your blood test, no infections to indicate a reason why you're having these MS symptoms. Your blood tests are clear, except for the elevated antibodies, which a lot of people have. The spinal tap has to come back clear so that it doesn't indicate an infection that could lead to the symptoms that you have. That comes out clear. God, Jamal, I love you all. Bullshit fucking MRIs. I'm sorry I had to say it. You're absolutely right, because the MRI is next. So the MRI, they pump you full of that contrast, that gladiolum. I never say it right. That's full of the heavy metals. That is full of heavy metals. The heavy metals are what feed the virus, which would make you so much worse. But anyway, so the MRI comes back and they might see some lesions, and like, oh, well, all those other tests were conclusive, clear, and you have some lesions on your brain. So this is conclusive for MS. Well, little do they tell you, and I forget the exact number, it's somewhere in the 80-something% of people have brain markings, lesions on their brains, and they're from a whole host of different reasons. It's not just people with MS. It's so many people. There's so many different reasons for it. So all of your tests have to come back inconclusive. And when they do, that's when they go, oh, well, she has these symptoms, and all of these tests, we can't figure out why she has these symptoms. So you know what? That's what MS is. It's MS. MS is a collection of symptoms. When they can't find a reason for the collection of symptoms, what they do is they say, oh, you have an autoimmune disease, your body's attacking itself, and we have no idea why. They start body shaming you. That, Jamal, you got the lesions from playing football. Exactly. So many reasons why people have lesions. It's not MS. So MS is a collection of symptoms. Based on where the virus resides in your body is going to determine your set of symptoms. I'm not going to get too far into this because, again, this is day 1 of the workshop next week. So ours is in our kidney, our liver, and it's in our nerves, right? On our nerves and in our organs. That's why we have the set of symptoms that we do have. When our body is reacting to the neurotoxin that is produced by the virus, it comes out as skin rashes, and that is lupus. When the virus resides in your thyroid, that's thyroidism. Where the virus resides inside your body will determine the symptoms that will then determine the diagnosis, the autoimmune diagnosis that they give to you. It all comes back to the same virus, and that's what we'll be talking about on day 1 and the whole week. We'll be talking the whole week about that virus, how to kill it, what to eat, what to do, so that you can start eliminating your symptoms immediately. When I did this workshop back in August, we have people all over the group who are doing module 1 of the protocol and already seeing a difference. They were seeing a difference within a week or 2 of starting it. So it's really a lot of good information. If you haven't registered already, go to mindingyoursoul.com, click on free workshop, and register there. Okay, so the 4th one I wanted to touch on, I'm only going to do 4 untruths today. The 4th one is medication will slow the progression of the disease. That's not true. If you ask them, if you really dig into it and you ask them, well, what do you mean? What do you mean about it's going to slow the progression? What they'll tell you is that, well, without the medication, we have found people have gotten worse. what they don't tell you is that people who are taking the medication, there are huge numbers of people who have gotten worse when they've started taking the medication. Now, what happens with the medication, and again, I am not a doctor, I cannot advise you to start or stop taking any kind of medication. The only thing that I can do, here comes my disclaimer, the only thing that I can do is give you advice on what I have done, what has worked for me, and what has worked for my clients. So I can't advise anything. And I have to say that before I talk about medication, because Keisha says exactly. So the medication kills your body's ability to make antibodies. Do you remember back a couple minutes ago when I was talking about the blood test, one of the tests that they use to confirm an MS diagnosis? They are realizing, they're putting it together, that all of us with MS have elevated antibodies, right? So the body is attacking itself, and they're figuring, well, if we get the body to stop making antibodies, maybe the symptoms will go away, or at least will slow down the progression. So all of these medications, Jamal, Copaxone was a complete scam. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I hear this, a lot of them. So what they do is they get this medication inside of you, and it starts killing the body's T cells. That is like the special ops of your immune system. It doesn't kill your entire immune system. You can still recover from the common cold, your basic illnesses, but when it comes to like the special ops layer of your immune system, that's what those disease modifying drugs kill, your body's ability to make those antibodies, so that they think it's going to stop the progression of the disease. But that's not the case at all, because what you're doing is you're furthering the disease. You're making it worse, because the disease is actually a virus, and when you kill your body's ability to fight the virus is able to roam free in your body without any fear of an attack from your immune system. So that's what this protocol that I've put together, it's mainly information from the medical medium, but what I did was I took my 10 years worth of experience to a protocol. I put it all together so that you can follow it step by step and take baby steps to heal your body. Jamal says, I injected Stephanie every day with horrible results. Listen, you didn't inject Stephanie. You were instructed to inject Stephanie. You did not say, all right, let me take this crap and put it inside of her. You were told that it was going to help her, and you were told that you were being a good husband by helping her. So don't even put that on yourself. That was the doctor. You were doing what you thought was the right thing at the time. I injected myself with poisons. I wasn't able to take care of my kids because of the poisons that I was putting inside of my body. So we make the decisions, we make the best decisions that we can with the information that we have at the time. So that's why I think everybody, Vicky says, I suspect that truth is being spoken here. Vicky, I love you. Yes. Jamal completely lied to us. Again, I don't know. Is it a lie, or is it just what they were taught in medical school? Who's lying? Is it the people who are coming up with this information? I don't know. I mean, if you talk to the medical medium, he's all about conspiracy theories. He drives me crazy sometimes. He's a little annoying to listen to. But the information that he gives us, when I tested it out on myself, it worked. So the medical medium came out with his first book in 2015. And that's when I first discovered him. At that time, I had already been healing myself since 2008. And what happened was, between 2008 and 2015, I kind of just followed my intuition. I knew my body wasn't attacking itself. I knew that my body was either attacking a virus, a fungus, or a bacteria. I had no idea. So I was just going to treat my body as if I had all three. And it was working. I was grasping at straws sometimes things would work. I would stick with them, sometimes I wouldn't stick with things. So it took me a long time to get to 2015 when I finally discovered his book. I was about, I would say 75 to 80% healed. I still had numb toes, but who cares? I was walking, I was out of bed, I wasn't paralyzed, I wasn't using a cane or a wheelchair. I'd gotten myself to that point. I was still getting brain fog, but taking his information, within a year, I was 100%. I was 100% healed. So the man knows what he's talking about. So what I do is I take all of his information, I take all of my experience, and I put it together in a program. Let me read some of these comments. They're going past me pretty quickly. Oh, Kush Quinn, I took rituximab. I don't know that one. And it sent me back to day 1 of when I was diagnosed. Ridiculous spasticity, terrible gait, brain fog. I know. I hear these stories all the time. Thank you for sharing that. We get on these medications. I did the same thing. I took beta-seron. I gave myself shots every other day. And then I took 9 pills of Motrin every day. And I kept saying to the doctor, there's got to be a side effect to this. This can't be good. And he kept going, Janine, what happens when you don't take the Advil? I turn into like the Tin Man with no oil. I can't even move. It's like the air is like molasses or mud. He goes, exactly, you need to take it. I took 9 pills of Motrin every single day. Yeah. And then after that, that was the year that ended me. At the end of that year, I ended up in the wheelchair. Jamal says, I can't trust Big Pharma. Lady, God bless you. Oh, thank you very much. Listen, I don't have all the answers. All I know is what worked for me. And that's what I share with other people. And so far, it's working for them. We're doing pretty good here together. And that's why we have this fabulous group that we have. Because I learned, not from one person, but from all these different pieces that I would put together to fit my puzzle. And that's what this group is doing for so many people. Everyone is contributing a piece of the puzzle that is helping somebody else. You might think that it's no big deal, but you might have just offered that one piece of the puzzle that made all the difference for somebody. And I see it in the group all the time. And a lot of times they'll private message me with that. Oh my God, I learned from so-and-so this and it made all the difference. So keep that information coming. I love the positivity that we have in the group because a lot of times we go inside groups, especially MS groups. At least this is what I found in the negativity. People love to play the victim. We have a huge group of people who are not victims. They're like, hey, what do we got here? How are we healing? All right, what worked for me? What worked for you? This is what worked for me. It's fabulous. So I hope we can keep this up because I just love this group. Okay, so let's see. Nancy says, where's the virus if one leg and a arm doesn't work? Okay, so that's what we're going to be going over on day 1. I'll give it to you real quick right now. The virus has 4 different stages, okay? Depending on what stage the virus is in is going to depend on where your symptoms are. So it doesn't matter. It's not like your virus is in your arm, right? And that's why you're not feeling your arm. That's not how it works. The virus is somewhere in your brain or in your spine, right? Or in an organ that is causing these symptoms. That is, sometimes it's interrupting the signal, and sometimes it's just the virus is proliferating and causing these symptoms like numbness, tingling, and sometimes it only happens in one part of the arm because that's the nerve that it's on. So it's not like the virus is just there. It's all over the place, but we're going to go over the different stages and how it affects your body differently on day 1, because I could talk about that for about 45 minutes. I'm trying to get it down actually to 45 minutes. Bryant says big pharmaceutical companies, big money. I know. And I really do. Again, we can talk about that forever. Yeah, there is no money in what I'm teaching. There's no money in the celery juice and the lemon water and the heavy metals and the gluten-free and the dairy. There's no money in that. How can they sell that? So what can we do? Well, we can't fight Big Pharma, right? Not one of us can fight Big Pharma, but what we can do is fight for ourselves. And so we know that the pharmaceuticals aren't helping our body. We know that whatever ailment we have, it's not because of deficiency in a pharmaceutical. So what are we going to do? We're going to figure out what our body needs. And our body tells us through its symptoms. And it's just up to us to learn how to translate how the body talks to us. And that's what I'm here to help you to do. And that's what everybody in this group is here to help you to do. Because there are so many people who have healed themselves who are willing to share this information. So, that leads me to, we are going to have a special guest, November 2nd. I'll probably be posting it next week. Matt Rowe, Identity of MS. Where I teach the nutrition, he teaches the mindset. And it's going to be very interesting to see how he healed himself from MS and the mindset that he used and how our thoughts lead to our behaviors. And it is amazing how many clients that he has worked with where he has changed the mindset and automatically starts changing how they feel and their symptoms. So that's going to be November 2nd. It's going to be live 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Suzanne says, I am off my MS meds for a month now and can't wait for next week to learn how to heal. So happy to not be injecting 3 times a week. Suzanne, I am so glad. Thank you for sharing that. It makes me a little nervous when you say you're off your meds now for a month. You know what? If you're off for a month and you're not experiencing anything, I got a lot worse when I got off my meds, and I didn't realize at first that that's because my immune system was finally able to attack. And then, so I was exhausted all the time. I'm like, oh God, what did I do? I made it worse. But then it got so much better once I was over that hump. So it sounds like you're probably over that hump already because you're saying, I'm so happy. Good for you. I can't wait to meet you next week. There's going to be a ton of prizes, and I'm giving away a scholarship. It's going to be 50% off of the Path to Healing coaching. So if you do want coaching, all you have to do is sign up for the workshop and do your homework every day. It's not a ton of homework. It's just like a little something. Jamal says, me and Steph in this together and we will win. Yes, you will. You're already seeing results. Stephanie is doing fabulous just by the things that she's learning in this group. So definitely keep on going. Chrissy says, I love this group. Oh, me too. Thank you. Daniela, I love this group. And y'all, right? Like we really have, I can't believe there's over 600 people in this group and everybody is so positive and they're so sweet with each other. You know, there's a lot of times like in other groups where they're like attacking in the comments, and here everyone is so helpful. Like if someone posts the wrong information about something, they're like, hey, just so you know, that's not exactly accurate. Here's the right information. It's wonderful. So again, thank you. What's the deal with the plaque? Daniel, we love you too. What's the deal with the plaque? I don't know what the plaque is. Nancy, I'm in rehab, staying gluten-free. Awesome. That's right. You fell. You are in rehab and you're staying gluten-free, which is not easy to do, right? Until you learn a couple things and you're like, oh, I can do this. This actually tastes good. Okay. All right. So I think I got everyone's comments. So did I want to say, I think I wanted to do, no, I think that's all the things that I wanted to say, the announcements. So the guest speaker is going to be Matt Rowe, Identity of Health. The workshop begins on Monday. If you haven't already registered for that, mindingyoursoul.com, free workshop, click on that. It will take you to the sign up page. We start next week. I'll go in the group and I'll let you know when the workbook is ready so you can download that, print it out, or save it somewhere. That will be the Sunday before we get started. And if you guys have anything specific that you want me to address on that following Saturday, the 6th, I will be going into a Zoom where you guys can join me and we can finally meet face to face. I really hope I meet all of you guys face to face because it's so nice talking to you. Yes, I love it, but I'm looking at myself here. I'd love to be looking at all of your faces on a Zoom. So hopefully that can happen on November 6th. All right. I think the next time I see you guys, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. The next time I talk to you guys will be the Sunday before the workshop. Real quick, I'll be giving you the workbook and just jumping on here, letting you know where it is and how to get it. And then Monday we start our workshop. So I'm excited. Thank you for joining me today. I'm sorry I'm talking fast. My husband's on his way home from the gym and we're going to go for a walk before the rain comes. So I hope I answered all of your questions. If I missed anything or if you're watching the recording and you have a question, still comment and still say hi because I get the notifications and I love jumping on and being like, oh, hey, thanks for joining in. So Keisha says, I can't wait. Good. I'm so glad. Me too. I really love talking to you guys every day, right at noon. It sets my day up. I absolutely love it. And I remember the last workshop that I did that following week when the workshop was over, I was like, oh man. Like it just my day didn't start. I just absolutely love starting my day with you guys. So I'm looking forward to it too. It actually is a lot of fun. Oh, thank you, Janine. You're the best. Thank you, Daniela. No, you guys are the best. You really are. You guys make this entire group amazing. Kush says, we're all in this terrible boat together. Why not help each other? Teamwork makes the dream work. I wish more groups were like this. I know I'm so grateful that ours is. So keep it up, guys. Keep posting your awesome stuff. And I will see you next week. Have a great night. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.